Alright people, Catfish Dave here. It's that time of year when the fish ain't biting real good, and a lot of these fishing YouTubers will do videos about other stuff. They might put out a bunch of bait videos sitting in their basement. I saw one guy got a bicycle and he made a video about that. I said, alright, well I'm gonna make a video about my Yeti bucket. The reason I got a Yeti bucket was actually because of this boat. I would have a bucket in the boat and I'd go drive down the road, and when I got to my destination I realized the bucket was no longer in the boat. A guy named Brandon Masters told me he got a Yeti bucket and he said it stays in his boat. Now I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, after I paid 40 bucks for a bucket, I don't leave it in the boat. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe this will actually save me money on buckets because I won't leave this one in the boat. I think about this. When you've got a regular, something looks like that right there, you don't think about that. You don't go to sleep thinking about that. You're not conscious, about where that thing's at all times. This, I know where this is at all times. Okay, I paid 40 bucks for this bucket. One reason this bucket's worth 40 bucks, well, for one, it comes with instructions. You can see it all over here. No other bucket has all this stuff that tells you all the uses. This bucket is thicker. You know what I mean? It's got a beefier handle. It's got these slots right here for bungee cords or whatever, tie down straps in case you want to tie it down. I mean, I can see a lot more uses for a bucket than I can a bicycle. You can sit on a bicycle, but you can also sit on this bucket. Says you can use it for a footstool. This bucket is attractive. Look at that color. I've got a social media site, a Facebook or whatever, and when I announced I got this Yeti bucket, I had women messaging me from all over the country. Now that's never happened with any other bucket that I've owned. Of course, I've also never advertised when I did own a cheaper bucket. But either way, this brought him out of the woodwork right here. Some of the list of stuff that this bucket holds, and it'll tell you right here what it'll do. Holds a cast net, wood chunks, rope, spent shells, fried chicken. Well, I ain't got no wood chunks laying around here, but I've got some of this other stuff. Let's put this bucket to the test. The first thing I put in here was a cast net. Now we're going to do a test with this. I'm going to do the walking test. After walking around the yard, I look down in here. My cast net is still in this bucket. Let's try loading it in the truck. I'm going to give it a few minutes. Then I'm going to go back and check it and see if that cast net's still in the bucket. The cast net is still in the bucket. The bucket is doing its job. Now let's take the bucket out of the truck, bring it back to the camera, and see if the cast net's still in there. It's still there. This Yeti bucket works. It does what it says. Hey, that's worth 40 bucks. I've got some rope. It says you can put rope in it. I put it in there. it's staying in the bucket. Try the truck. Look at there. Put it in the truck, carried it back over here. That rope is still in this bucket. Try the boat. Look at there. You can put it in a truck, put it in the boat. The rope is still in the bucket. We're going to try the fried chicken test. This test, we're using original recipe. Now I'm sure extra crispy barbecue rotisserie would still go in this bucket. You see it? It's in there. Watch this. Look at there. Still got chicken in the bucket. And if you'll see, it'll hold more than 3 pieces. I don't know how much more, but I'm willing to bet you could put a few more pieces of chicken in there. Now what it don't say is if you can put a cast net, rope, and chicken in there at the same time. So I'm just going to try that. We got a cast net, a rope, and some chicken in the bucket all at the same time. Look at there, people. That's worth 40 bucks right there. When I bought this bucket, you couldn't find a lid. I went to everywhere locally that had the Yeti buckets. Nobody carried the lid. I guess they figured someone might be dumb enough to pay $40 for a bucket, but nobody would be dumb enough to pay $30 for a bucket lid. I did. Looks like that right there. Got a rubber seal. Pretty sturdy. Not only has it got the cast net, the rope, and the chicken, but I'm going to stand on that bucket. Now let's try the footstool test. Y'all, that bucket's doing 4 things at the same time. Holding a cast net, rope, fried chicken, and my foot on top of it. Let's try to sit down. That's definitely a $40 bucket. There it is, people. The $40 Yeti loadout bucket. There's the back side. There's the bottom. The top. It not only does what it says, but it looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and put that thing back in the truck. The women around here see me with that bucket, they'll be knocking on my door. Make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the like button. This is Catfish Dave with another video signing out.